Sit straight so your head, neck, and chest is in a straight line. Start by focusing in your heart area in the middle of your chest. With your mouth closed, breathe in and out through your nose, but focus on your heart as if you were breathing in and out through your heart. Breathe in the energy of the universe, the Shakti of the universe.
Greetings, my naughty little possums. How are we doing? How's it going? How are we? How's your Q-teen? Pretty good, I hope. And that song, by the way, that suggestion was from @SummerEDean. Thank you for that. It's a One Direction song.
That was so fun.
And that song, if you want to run it back, it's actually about getting abducted by aliens.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you feel a little bit, maybe a bout of sleep paralysis at night.
I cannot sleep.
You know, you try to open your eyes, you're unsure if they're open or closed.
I felt this thing.
You're hearing things.
Catching things.
You're seeing things, again, not knowing if you're really seeing, with which eye are you seeing these things?
I cannot dream tonight.
1, 2, 3, or 4.
I counted.
Your Kundalini chakra channels are just completely busted wide open.
Smells so much Shakti in the room.
You smell the Shakti of the universe.
And I'm alive.
As, you know, you get lifted up and you feel just
we're dying.
The heavenly, you know, succubi sort of take you in to their mothership, you know? And we get really topical on this pod. Not gonna lie. We talk about the real shit.
It's happened, dude.
There's been a sighting.
It's pretty exciting.
That's what the sighting is pretty exciting. That's what they're saying.
So,
you know?
So they've been, they were spotted like years ago, right? Like these videos have been up, but was it the Pentagon that like declassified them?
Now, yeah, I think that's what happened. The Pentagon declassified them because like they've been around. I saw this weird headline that was like, your friend sent it to us that said, Donald Trump is suspicious of Tom DeLonge's UFO video.
Yeah.
And I just thought, wow, what a world.
Yeah, if it was like 2003, like, you know, the end of Blink-182's like first pass, and I was told that was going to be a headline, I don't think I would have believed it.
No. And for those of you that don't know the sort of lore of Blink-182, the universe, the B182 cinematic universe, Tom DeLonge is an avid UFO champion. You know, he's an extraterrestrial, almost ambassador for the Earth. You know, he has his own. You know, there's a song back in the day called "Aliens Exist" by Blink-182 that really was you know, kind of his like statement on how he felt about alien life, etc. So he started this. You know, cut to now. He started this organization. It's called like To the Stars Academy. And it's about
spiders
furthering I think like the development of technology involved in unidentified spacecraft. So he has apparently like FBI, UFO department heads like on there.
Didn't he like sell a children's book related to it as well?
Oh yeah, I mean, I think that's a separate brand. He's got like his angels and airwaves shit. He's got his hands in every pot, really. But yeah, he's got. I mean, it is him trying to like make pop media around UFO stuff.
Yeah.
And I think that company is like helping him to fund that.
Okay.
You know, because they did go public. I think you can invest.
Oh, really?
I'm almost positive.
Wow.
They had an IPO. But I'll have to look into that. I know my Tom DeLongers here probably are foaming at the mouth trying to correct me.
They're livid, bro.
You know, there's this video of these guys, and they see this weird shaped object in the sky, and it's like a black silhouette. I mean, the video is black and white, but it's like a strong silhouette of this saucer. You know, you say flying saucer. It looked like the top, like you said. It looked like the top that Leonardo DiCaprio's character spins in Inception.
Mm-hmm. Just like it.
Almost identical. And it's flying it's floating amongst the clouds at this strange angle. Just sort of, as these guys are flying around, this object almost seems like fixed, you know, like a speck on the screen almost, but then it's like rotates very smoothly. Yeah.
You'd think it, you know, you look at it and you're like, maybe that's just a bird like swooping down, but the way it's going, it's such a fixed like, like angle.
It's way too just confident in its stature and poise. Mm-hmm. As it's floating through the sky, you're like, whoa, like I've never seen any bird
there's no birds that exude that much confidence.
I haven't met one, at least.
No.
Yeah, it was, I mean, and the guys who discovered it kind of sound like us.
Yeah.
Like, they're like looking at it and they're like, whoa, dude, look at that thing, dude.
Oh my God, dude.
Is that and of course, but the thing that made me mad about it is that, of course, they had, whatchamacallit, there was like a part where they're like talking about it and they say, you know, there's like a pause in their conversation, sort of.
Mm-hmm.
And one of them is like, that isn't is it?
Yeah, it's always, yeah.
And the other guy's like, oh, I don't think so. And then like the captioning on it always says like ineligible, muffled audio, inaudible, like unintelligible, fucking
inedible.
Muffled. Yeah. Indescribable.
Every single video of this sort of thing is like that.
It has to be that. Yeah.
And the video is very like poor quality.
Yeah.
Like, and it's,
yeah, put a fucking GoPro on the plane, guys.
Yeah. Why aren't we using like a Red One
or
something on the plane? Just like something nice.
But, you know, yeah, exactly. A Red One or, you know, so whatever.
It's like
nice
a 1965 camera in 2004. It's like, what is going on? Yeah. How are we not improving this
bust out, even like bust out your flip phone you had at the time.
Yeah. I guess now it's going to be crazy. In these situations, if this came up again, I think in planes they need to have like some sort of drone attachment that they can like be like, oh, launch the drone out, and like it would go and like follow the object.
Oh, 100%. So yeah.
Nowadays.
So yeah, if another one comes, you know, we were talking before about it. It's been on our minds, and I thought the most likely scenario was that if it was aliens, they came here like on accident.
Mm-hmm.
Because if they were like smarter than us and like really, really smart, I don't think they would have any need to be here for us at all.
Yeah.
So they would come. So I imagine they came and they're like,
all right, let's do it. Activate. Let's mission time, baby. Sensors on. Yes, sensors on. Coordinates locked down. Pulling up the tires. Mm-hmm. Pulling up the tires. Will you make me another pot of coffee? I am cooking one up now. Okay.
Or it's like a travel like a travel company for aliens, and they're like,
everybody, please fasten your seatbelts. We are landing now. Buckle up. It looks like time till touchdown is going to be about 30 minutes. If you want to please turn off your devices. Wait a minute. This isn't Quasar 4. What? I thought we were... Did you take a wrong turn at the Galactus Nebula? I thought that was left. I went left. No. I said weft. Oh, weft. Yes. Oh. I'm so sorry, Jeffrey. Fuck. Does anybody see us? No, I think we're in the clear. Let's do this nosedive now. All right.
They really do like nosedive into the ocean and then they like disappear basically. It looks like it's like, so what are they doing?
Like, the only way out is through. Let's go. Yeah, so I don't know, but if you guys are listening, you aliens out there, man, I mean, I love you. We come in peace. Thank you. I don't know what. Thank you and sorry. I don't know what for in either case, but just to sort of lay down my blanket. Thank you and my blanket. Sorry.
It's necessary.
I'm sure there's something I need to be grateful for, and also something I need to apologize for. And I'd like to get those both out right now.
You might become the boy in the song, dude. You might be chosen.
I know. Yeah. I might be chosen. And I have been before. We should do a sleep paralysis episode where I really unpack the sleep paralysis saga of my life. That'd be a good one.
That's scary, dude. That's a very intense thing to happen to you in such a relaxed state.
Oh yeah,
I think that's probably part of why it's so shocking. It's because you're in such a deep sleep state, and then the most jarring thing possible just happens immediately.
Yeah, what should be the best part of your day, the rest, is just tainted with shadows and imaginary outdoor sounds.
Oh my God. So freaky.
Yeah, maybe that's the aliens, man.
Maybe.
Maybe where are we going when that happens?
I mean,
when we all fall asleep, where do we go?
Where do we go? Yeah, that's a good point to think about with like things that people think are like demons and ghosts and stuff. What if those are just extensions of aliens?
What if? Well, yeah, what if they're just on another frequency that we're not necessarily attuned to? Our human brains can't turn that channel on. yeah.
It's been
Murphy's Law.
I mean, we can both state it.
Yeah.
It's clear as day to both of us.
Need we say more?
No, I know. I think everyone understands what we're talking about.
Murphy's Law, baby. So yeah. I don't know. Maybe they're out there. Maybe they're not. There'd be no way for us to know at this juncture, I think. But, again, go to neil.fun and just check out the size of space. It's this lovely man. He programmed a little slideshow, a little interactive thing. You can check out the relative size of the observable universe compared to us, and it really just makes you think, if I declare now that there's nothing else living out there in the universe besides us, I'm an asshole.
Yeah,
because you don't know. You can't. There's no way to know.
You can't be certain of that, unless you've gone out and you've observed every single dimension.
Yeah,
like not dimension, galaxy.
Yeah,
then you can't say for certain.
Would you date? Oh, I mean, I was gonna say, would you date an alien? But you're spoken for at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
I would.
I mean,
if they're I don't know how they do it. I don't know what their system they work with is to reproduce, but
I just imagined you like falling in love with an alien and then doing some sort of like Broadway musical about it.
Oh my God.
Where like the music is in the style of like West Side Story, and you're just like, if you're out there,
where will you meet me? My lovely Lily.
I look beyond the stars and see Nilo G. You came to me in a dream, I swear it.
If only I could reach the stars, I'd see you where you really are indeed.
Nilo G.
I've never seen West Side Story, and I think it is obvious now.
It's close, though your melodies are kind of on par with it.
I had a alien girlfriend. I gotta stop climbing.
I had an alien girlfriend. She was inside the stars. And then for some reason hers are always, I met him when she was inside. I knew he's in the stars.
Ooh, that's almost like a sexy back.
Ooh.
I met him when I'm sorry, I'm chewing candy.
You're good. That's the Timbaland part. Mm-hmm. That's the Timbaland beat part.
Take them to the bridge. So can you not chew Snickers in the...
No, it's cool.
Take them to the bridge. I don't know, man.
I mean, a chocolate kick drum, dude, with the mouth. That's pretty...
that's innovative.
That's textures right there.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Mm-hmm. He's got the wrapper in his hand. He's still like moving around. That's a snare.
Yeah, we joined my master class. If you're a producer, you always, or anybody in music, for a while, you always got targeted ads for Timbaland's master class.
Yeah.
And he'd be like, if I can't verbalize it, and then it would just cut to like the typical Timbaland, be like,
if I can't speak verbally to you,
yeah, that's it.
Then my music can.
Yeah. And he's just like, yo, take this, you turn this into a hi-hat. This is a Twix miniature rapper, and you just do a little rhythm like.
It cuts ahead like 30 minutes. It's just the dopest thing.
Yeah.
It's like
do a little mouth beat over this.
Okay. And he would do that. He would he'd be like, when you have a part in your head, and you're just like,
Yeah. See them alien titties in my face. I left the planet without a trace. Yeah. So tone deaf this morning.
Yeah, same. I'm struggling. It's because we didn't get our perfect, our C note on the piano.
Oh yeah, we didn't do
had the piano
beforehand.
Yeah, I don't even know what key. We're probably in E flat. I mean, it sounded like E flat to me.
We're impressively unprepared for this episode. But that's okay.
That's okay.
There's aliens. We've been watching a couple cult documentaries.
Mm-hmm.
We've been getting a little bit spooky.
Definitely.
And I like cults because it's real life spooky. I mean, obviously it's dark. A lot of them, do some dark shit, but
yeah,
where are the true crime like cult podcasts at?
Yeah,
it's like serial killers, murderers, or instances. Like I don't know. There's so many fascinating things about cults.
There is a podcast called Cults, but they just kind of go through like every cult, and they do the satanic cult, and they just like run down like beginning, middle, end of it. Like they run it down. They don't really like talk about. I don't know if they've talked about the one we watched last night or not, but
there's so many the one we watched last night. It's this cult called Buddhafield. And there's a documentary on Netflix called Holy Hell, which is pretty good.
It was really good. I liked it a lot.
I liked it a lot too. So basically this guy was in this cult for 22 years. This dude who directed and filmed the documentary.
Mm-hmm.
It was a lot of like found footage, of his time, because he was essentially became the content producer for this guy's cult.
Yeah.
Back then there wasn't as much Instagram or TikTok or Facebook going on, if at all, really. Maybe a little bit, but not much. This was what, 90, 95?
Oh, it started, he was there like 88, dude.
Okay, 88. So yeah, I think Tumblr, maybe people were more on Tumblr and shit at that time.
Tumblr time.
So they didn't have much to work with in terms of like recording technology, but this guy had a camera.
Mm-hmm.
And he would follow around this cult leader, Michelle, basically filming their adventures. And honestly, at the beginning, you and I were like, this is it. This is lit.
It looked great.
It looked like an amazing cult.
They're like swimming nude in like an awesome lake. They're like hiking through the woods. It looked like the redwoods. They're just all so happy and laughing.
They're all so happy. And they're, they all have jobs.
Mm-hmm.
They're all meditating. They're all working on themselves. They're all getting super fit. They're all
fit as hell. Yeah, dude. It's so crazy.
And they're all like well secure financially.
Mm-hmm.
It's so strange. And they basically just go to work. I don't know, save their money, I guess. And then afterwards, they just hang out. They just decide like, this is our family, and we're gonna be self-sustaining within this.
I like saw that one scene where there's some members like eating at a sushi restaurant, and then like the guys, there's like just a random dude comes in and they're like, "Oh, namaste, brother."
Oh
like,
yeah, namaste.
They're just
namaste,
like out in public. It's like, "Yo, what's going on, dude?"
It just looks like our parents like at a buffet, you know, just like hanging out, like wearing 80s 90s garb and just straight chilling. It looked so cool.
And even the leader at first was very like charismatic. I mean, I know that's the like way they usually do those movies, but like he seemed like he wasn't all about himself, and he was about like the people that were his followers, like improving their lives and like telling them the truth and stuff.
Right.
The truth, I'm doing in quotes.
I thought about that because I was thinking about this last night, and I was wondering, because there is a point where a lot of the members are saying, my family's been asking if I'm in a cult, and I just laugh and go, no, you know, even Michelle, he says we're an anti-cult. He wants to be discovered, you know, as a cult. So it would be so funny because we're such not a cult. And then I thought about it, and I really think that's one of the telltale signs of a cult.
Yeah,
is that you say you're not a cult.
Yeah,
and then but I was wondering, because he said we're an anti-cult.
Mm-hmm.
No. This is what I meant to say. A telltale sign of a cult is you'll never say that you are a cult, jokingly.
You'll never say you're a cult, jokingly?
You would never just be like, haha, yeah, we're a cult. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because immediately you make a joke out of it, and then you have people question it.
Well, then you start to think about it too, probably.
Yeah. You're like, yeah, haha, we're a cult. Like, you've never heard of any cult leader joking about that. You know what I mean?
That's true, yeah.
Because even this guy, he never said we are a cult. He said we are an anti-cult.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, that gives you something solid to latch onto, to be like, yeah, we're not a cult, we're an anti-cult. Haha. But if you straight up just said, like, with satire, irony, like, yeah, we're a cult. Cult wall immediately broken.
You know what I was thinking about? So I was reading about the Waco, what they call it, a cult or whatever. And
David, the Branch Davidians.
The Branch Davidians.
The Branch Davidians tear up the club.
I was thinking about how I was reading this article that was basically like, a cult is often the United States or whatever would define it as like, you know, in general, like a group of people that we just don't understand what they're doing. We just don't understand, and it's weird to us. So we label it a cult. But what I think a cult is, it is that, but there's also a weird like sex thing added into it.
Always, every time.
And you know what I was also I was thinking, like, why do we not consider like Baba Ram Dass like that a cult, you know? And you know why? It's because he wasn't like a sex freak, like, and like hooking up with his members and like convincing them to have sex with him. He was like being a true guru. And maybe some people would label it as a cult, but I don't think in general, like, the general consensus is Baba Ram Dass is a cult. It's like Branch Davidians was a cult because he was a sex fiend.
Exactly.
Bikram Yoga is like kind of a cult thing because
he was a sex weirdo.
Fiend. Even not Marilyn Manson, Charles Manson.
Yeah.
They did like weird sex stuff. You know, it's like all those things. It's always like a weird sex thing. It's like, why does it always turn into that?
That's such a good point. It seems like every time, once the cult really starts to get going, you're like, this isn't a bad situation. And then they're like, oh, and then they entered the boys' holes, and you're like,
they're like, okay,
no.
That's the final check marker.
That's a no for me, dog. I'm out.
Not into that. Well, that's the weird thing about the what is it? The Buddha field?
Buddha field.
Is it didn't seem, I don't think that was happening for the first few years.
Yeah, it seemed dope.
And then
22, I thought it was weird. You know, it does get weird. It gets more culty. Like, I think the more you get into sort of favoritism, and it becomes a thing of people trying to get the leader's attention more and seeing who can get their adoration. Because I remember this one guy was like, he was new to the cult, and he said, I asked somebody to ask him, the leader, Michelle, if there was anything I could do for him. And he said, you could bring me a fruit salad every morning. And so every morning, this guy went to the store, got a fruit salad or a bunch of fruit, and cut it up and made a bunch of like fruit salad artwork displays for this guy.
It was really nice. Like,
really good displays.
Good
every morning. I mean, they were intricate. First of all, for me, if I was a cult leader, I'd be like, I'm not touching that. You fucking dug your fingernails all up in that shit, dude. It looks good, but yeah, no, I'm gonna get a sandwich. But yeah, he would make him these things every morning, and then he found out that one of the cult leader's guys was just taking the fruit salad, right? And they'd pour it into a blender and make smoothies out of it.
Oh yeah.
And he was like, but I still made them every day because I didn't know what else I could do for him. So that was my thing. I made him fruit salads every day.
And it felt good to do something for him.
And I'm like, oh my God, it's the codependency is just crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, when you think about like Ram Dass or like a spiritual teacher, as long as they don't, diddle any of the members, I think they're in the clear.
You can't diddle anybody. And
I'll say this, if you're having problems getting, Charles Manson did some crazy stuff, right?
Oh yeah.
Sexually? Yeah, like really fucked up shit.
I mean, I don't know. I know on his own when he was in jail, he did some like really crazy shit. Yeah. I don't know exactly. I'm certain they did weird stuff within the cult.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, he had people just because everybody got, I think, chlamydia at one point.
Oh, wow.
Or gonorrhea. And one of the Beach Boys, Dennis Wilson, I think, the younger brother, was friends with them for a little while. And like all the like Manson members like were crashing in his house, and he had to like move and like to get away from them basically.
Yeah.
But he like basically helped them like get a shot, all of them shots, so they didn't have gonorrhea anymore, which is pretty crazy.
Thanks, guy.
Yeah. Good guy.
It's so weird too, because like, I mean, that guy looks like the worst. He looks like a Jim Morrison like impersonator. Yeah. Like on the Hollywood Boulevard. Like if you see old pictures of him, he's got like these velvet shirts on. He's got these like crazy pants, and he's trying to go for this like rock look, but it looks just so janky because he's 5'2".
Yeah.
He's so short, and so you see a picture and you just see this strange. He looks like the Hearthstone card Shrinkmeister, which is a reference nobody is gonna understand. But when I overlay his face next to the Shrinkmeister face, you're gonna be like, damn, good point. Still very, very strange, but good point.
I need to see this. Yeah. He was so tiny too. He was so thin.
Yes.
Like just like bones, basically.
Yeah. He was bones.
Yeah. He was bones.
Pure bones.
He was Jim Morrison, but bones.
Yeah. Bone Morrison.
Bone B.
Jim Marrowson.
Jim Marrowson. Yeah, bro.
Slim Marrowson.
Slim Marrowson.
All right.
Yeah. You want to know something kind of funny about Charles Manson also?
Of course.
So he was, as a lot of us know, an aspiring musician, but apparently he was just super annoying in the studio.
Oh my God.
Wouldn't take direction from the engineers. Like he'd be singing like, I'm sorry, right? Like singing off mic. Yeah. And the engineer would be like, hey, you're gonna want to put your mouth closer to the mic or whatever, and he'd be like, "Oh, shut the fuck up! I know what I'm doing." Like just an asshole to all the engineers. And
it's like, I want the room tone. I want the room tone.
Shit, janitor bucket tone. But yeah, he's just like total. He's just such an asshole.
Have you heard his music?
Sociopath. Yeah, they put out a record actually. Like
what kind of band would you compare it to? Was it like?
I mean, he was just basically trying to be like a Beatle, like a solo Beach Boys 60s thing. There's like one song that's like kind of whatever.
Yeah.
It's not like that. He's not that. I mean, he's kind of like Hitler in the sense where it's like you see his paintings and you're like, I mean, these aren't bad, but they're not great. They're not good. They're like average.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, he made them.
Yeah.
They were completed.
They were fine,
yeah.
You know.
It's so fascinating through the era that all these cults happened throughout the decades, because I feel like you really couldn't do it as much now. So obviously, at least. Mm-hmm. But back in the day, it seemed like every cult aesthetic was like, honestly, kind of a vibe. Like the web was just starting to take off. So these websites, like the Heaven's Gate website, Scientology website. I saw this one called Destiny, Desteni. It's like this like self-improvement cult, but all the visual aesthetic is always so funny. Yeah. The Heaven's Gate format in particular, where it's like the logo, basic like HTML text web page, not unlike our website, but just link upon link of just extremely dense information.
Oh my
They're like,
God.
Here's the basic starter kit of our cult, and you go and it's like,
the Lord Genesis decided that one day the reptilian beast would descend upon the hazmat of the precipice of the possum, and next thing you know, And that is why we feel anxiety today, is because it's been inherited by the sun god Ra through the fucking tunnels of...
And you're like, okay, cool, basics, nice.
Yeah, that's pretty simple to understand.
Got you. Next chapter.
Do you think there's like a Spark Notes available for these cults? Just like a quick rundown of each? Because it's honestly like a full fucking book.
There needs to be a pod where they go into the inner workings, like the websites, who's their web designer, because I'm sure there's still a lot of these people alive, you know?
I
or
think
at least who touched the cultery.
I think it's just all it's meant to be like too heady for you to understand. Like it's part of the appeal to be like, wow, this is just so sacred. Like I'll maybe if I join this group, I can further break through. So maybe a lot of these members started as like they were just simply doing research. They were like, I just want to know what's going on. That's all. Like I'm not gonna join it. I just want to know what's going on.
Yeah.
They dip their toes in. Pretty soon they're like, okay, I can like recite and understand the first part, but like, what about the second part? And then they get like super enthralled in it, and like, that's how they drag you in.
Because you're like, because I want to master it.
They're fishing.
That's crazy. Okay, so now my goal is, because there is a Freemason lodge in our neighborhood, like down the street. There's a temple for the Freemasons, and I don't know much about them, but it's very cult. They give me cult vibes.
Yeah, it's a little too...
it's like a fraternity, right? Like a fraternal order of like, it's men.
Yeah, I think it's only dudes.
And they're like, oh, we just want to be men together.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I guess
yo-ho,
that's pretty
yo-ho.
chill. Is that their thing, yo-ho?
No, I don't know. That's just like yo-ho, piratey.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Let's be men together. That's interesting.
Let's be men together.
We'll always remember this as the day you almost caught
a Freemason.
A Freemason.
That's interesting.
They turn into a lion and run away. They've always got lion like
they do lion iconography
outside.
and imagery. That's like a modern day cult. Yeah. Would you do you think pyramid schemes are modern day cults?
Pyramid schemes?
Pyramid schemes are modern day cults?
Like MLS type stuff.
Yeah. Multi-level marketing.
Oh, MLM.
Yeah.
MLS. Isn't that sign language?
ALS.
Okay. Anyways. Yeah, I think so.
ASL.
Yes, because I think there is weird sex stuff going on in those too.
Whoa. Really?
So that kind of checks that box. I'm trying to think of the one cult with the girl from not Dawson's Creek, but One Tree Hill was on.
Yeah.
That was essentially like a multi-level marketing thing where it was like business advice.
Yeah.
So like bigger people would be a part of it and you'd like buy into it. And then, so yeah, it was a pyramid scheme essentially.
Wow.
So I would
agree. I think that's a modern cult. Yeah. Hit us up with what you think a modern day cult would be. And I don't want to hear none of this. Oh, influencers are pretty much, that's a cult, or blah, blah, blah. Logan Paul has a cult. Not a hot take. I want some real fucking weird. I want to know where the weirdos are at,
Yeah. Dig a little deeper.
Yeah. Show me some actual pyramid schemes. Show me maybe some like, just weird groups.
I want to create a schism.
Incels or like would incels be a cult? I don't know. Don't worry, guys. This is an anti-cult that we're in.
Yeah.
All right, let's take this call here and see what this FaceTime audio for full quality.
Don't forget the shout out. Steve Jobs.
Oh yeah, stevejobs.com/HNEW for 30% off.
Hello.
Hi, is this at Jen Pasto?
Yes, it most definitely is.
Oh my God, you're OTP. Welcome.
I'm OTP.
Yes, your debut OTP. How's it going?
Wow. It's going.
What's your quarantine sitch? What are you doing? What's your environment?
I live alone.
Mm-hmm.
In an apartment with a cat.
Okay, so not really alone.
No, not really alone. I have a rash on my face.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's
okay?
cool. That's a good cue sitch.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like, mixing up the days. Something new every day.
Yeah, today we're going with the rash. We're going with the skin sort of irritation.
Yep, I love to see it.
That's cool. Any cause? Do we know the origin story? Is it aliens? Is it?
No, we don't know.
Okay. Well, we were talking just now about, and I think you have a very interesting take on this. We were talking about cults and cultery and, cultology and things of that nature. And we got into a little bit about pyramid schemes.
Yes,
schemes.
absolutely.
Schemes. I can't say that word.
Schemes.
And we came to the conclusion that they definitely are cults. But I thought you're kind of the foremost, at least who I know, expert on this topic.
Absolutely.
And I wanted to get your your take on it and see why do you think these are cults?
Okay, so when we talked about this the other day, you said you don't even really know what it is. So where are we at in your journey right now?
So in my journey, as far as I know, my knowledge of pyramid schemes, I think my aunt was in one growing up, and then I think
was it like Mary Kay or something?
Yeah, it was exactly that actually, and I think she got into a couple of them. It was like Mary Kay. It was like juice, vegetable juice pills.
Oh God, I think my mom was in that too.
God.
Yeah, and it was, and then aside from that, it's like I know the skit from The Office. Like those are my two reference points.
All right. Yeah, so pyramid schemes are an illegal scheme, but the common day pyramid schemer has found a loophole, and they call it multi-level marketing in this day and age.
MLM.
An MLM. So they try to separate themselves from the pyramid scheme because they say those are illegal. They're not based on the exchange of goods. These are.
Oh, okay. So this is different.
It is different, I guess. They found the loophole, but it's still, you still get most of your money from recruiting others.
Okay, so what's the setup? What's the sort of the workflow of how does it build?
So you are just someone I never talked to in high school. You find me on Facebook. You say, "Hey, girl, I got a great opportunity for you."
It's always on Facebook.
It's always on Facebook. I never use that thing. It's not the place to find me.
Where are you?
So they're like, do you want financial independence? Do you want to be your own CEO? Do you want to make money from your couch?
Yes, I do.
This is how they get you. And you're like, yeah, that sounds amazing. What's the catch? And they're like, well, you have to be annoying as fuck on Instagram. You got to post about this thing every day.
You got to be active recruiting.
Right, because they say that most of your money is going to be made from selling these goods, but it's a lie. Most of your money is made from recruiting others, and if that's not a cult, then I don't know what is.
So you get money when somebody else agrees to join? Do you make any money? Or does it all just go to like whoever started it?
That's definitely the top of the pyramid, but like you get money from the people you recruit, and then you get money from the people that they recruit. And so now you see where the pyramid begins to form.
But there's no actual thing that's being purchased. You're just buying the people underneath you. And as they
So there are things that you purchase, but making money off of that pales in comparison to the recruitment kind of bonuses you get, as far as I know. And it's like a bunch of shit like you don't even want. It's like, supplements and stuff that you can buy at your old, GNC at the mall.
Mm-hmm.
Blake, do you have an experience with?
I remember I remember watching that Hey Arnold episode where Gerald gets into selling watches.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm just now realizing that was kind of a pyramid scheme, because pretty sure in the episode he's like doing really well, selling watches to everybody, and like people are buying. And then pretty soon he can't move any product, and the guy's like, well, do you have any other friends that want to sell watches? And so that's kind of an introduction to, that's my experience firsthand.
Wow.
I do not remember that episode, but it sounds like Gerald got himself in a pickle.
He did. I mean, those watches were dope. I would have bought one, for real.
Dang, Gerald.
You see, you go into your inner circle, you run out of people, and then all of a sudden, the cash flow is stopping.
Yeah.
And then you just got product building up in your garage.
Damn. We've all been there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We've all been there.
I think some of these, you pay like an entrance fee, and some of them, you have to like buy a kit.
You have to buy like an entrance kit. Like you probably have to buy on also like a certain quantity of objects.
Right, so like I know for like LuLaRoe, it's like the legging pyramid scheme. I think like some of the packages, like the smallest package is like still a couple $1,000s.
Oh my god, LuLaRoe?
LuLaRoe.
All right, I'm gonna check that out for sure.
And they're absolutely hideous.
Yeah.
The leggings are hideous?
Yes, they're just
tragic.
like the most flashy patterns you could imagine, and you're stuck with them. I don't think you get to choose what's in your kit.
Oh,
and now you're
geez.
stuck
Damn.
like trying to sell this thing.
Yeah, what do you think are the top, like, what are some ones that come to mind when you think of pyramid schemes that you've seen, you've encountered, or been asked to join? And who asked you to join?
Honestly, I've never been asked to join. I think I put out an aura that just, people know not to ask me on Facebook.
Yeah.
In my bio, I said, I don't care about your pyramid scheme. I make it very clear.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Nice.
But the ones that I see that are the most rampant in this day and age, there's an essential oils one.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
They're pushing the essential oils. You can buy essential oils on Amazon, at the grocery store. Why do I need these special ones?
Yeah.
A lot of fitness stuff. I have a friend from high school who does It Works, which is
What's
a
that?
bunch of fitness stuff.
Oh.
It's supplements, body wraps.
Yeah, I have a girl that I used to work with who's into who is in one of those. It's like a nutrition one or a fitness one, and she's always on Facebook a lot of people are doubting me and thinking that this isn't a real thing. I just want to assure you that my bank account says otherwise, and
that is just classic.
Okay.
Yeah, and you're like, okay, get your
Show
shit.
us the balance, girl.
Yeah, take a screenshot of that balance, yo.
Yeah, they always blur it out. They don't want you to know how much they're making.
Yeah, they're always like, and if you want to get in, just hit me up.
I need to see that routing number. It's not real, too.
Right, because there's a limited number of people who can get in this thing. They bank on the limited capacity,
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
We got 10 spots left, tops.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm starting to think ooh, this could work for us. I feel like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah, honestly, I'm thinking about joining one after this conversation.
Hell yeah! I mean, just the community sounds nice.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, dang, I'm getting some static out here.
Oh, there it goes. That's my classic phone static. But I was just saying, yeah, the community of a pyramid scheme, almost family, sounds nice.
I just want a sense of community, honestly.
Yeah,
That's what I've been looking for.
some friendship. And so, yeah, if you guys are listening right now, go ahead and tell a few friends to, join our community, and hit us up, DM us. It's very exclusive. I'll send you the starter pack. It's $5.99.99, and we'll get this thing really rolling.
I can't wait to have you on our team.
Yeah. Talk to Jen, our recruitment head of recruitment.
Yeah, talk to me. I'll get you in.
Hell yeah. Well, that was an amazing take. Thank you so much for being OTP and contributing polls, etc.
Thanks, Jen.
Oh, I love. Thank you for this opportunity.
Yeah, 100%. Talk to you soon.
Amazing. Bye.
Bye, Jen.
That's it.
That's a good point.
I mean, yeah.
And I'd like to point out further that I think was LuLaRoe.
LuLaRoe.
I think there's a weird sex thing in there too.
No.
Pretty sure.
Oh shit.
I might be thinking of Lululemon.
Well, Lululemon's an actual brand, right?
I know, but I think there's a weird thing in there too. There's so many weird things.
LuLaRoe.
If you look in the surface.
LuLaRoe. I will examine that further.
Yeah.
Oh, it was okay. Well, it was founded by a couple. They got billions in revenue. But anyway.
God, of course they do.
Wow, that is a good take. Yeah. Pyramid schemes are definitely. Am I saying that word wrong? I'm super. Is it
scheme?
Scheme. Oh yeah.
You're doing you're doing an unnecessary SCH.
No, I'm doing a SHCH almost. Scheme. But because you spell it SCHEME.
Yeah, that's why I was joking about
Scheme.
schism, because it's almost like schism.
Yeah.
No, you're saying it fine, dude. How do you say? Never mind. Go.
I know what you're gonna ask me, and I say it wrong almost every time. But that's okay, as long as you know what I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking about.
I
knew what you're talking, and it gave me a laugh, so it's even better.
I'm basing our website off of all these cult websites, and I'm gonna base our growth off of like a mid-level or multi-level marketing scheme.
I love that
scheme. This is a advice question actually. This started from @SummerEDean. Thank you. She said, also the intro music thing. So she's just dominating this episode. But what do you think? Would you ever join? Have you ever thought about a cult that you would join? Because that one we watched last night, I think, was probably the most appealing that I've seen in a while.
Yeah, from the start, I was kind of into it.
Yeah. Just because you want your leader to be like more attractive than you,
mm-hmm.
and just like sort of doper than you.
Yeah.
That would be my problem with these other. I can't get behind some dude, Heaven's Gate, this guy, we were discussing, he looks like he looks like J.K. Simmons.
Mm-hmm.
If J.K. Simmons was a skin suit.
Oh yeah,
that Voldemort was wearing.
That's so true, dude.
You know, because you just see like the Voldemort eyes peeking out, and you see like it kind of is a little bit too much sag around the eyes. Like there's too much space.
Yeah,
and the eyes never move. So you know Voldemort's underneath there, and Harry's like, "This guy J.K. Simmons is pretty cool." And then at the end, he's like, "J.K. It was me all along."
Just kidding, Simmons. Yeah, he kind of looks like a fully shaven Keebler elf a little bit. Just all the way, just clean.
Fully shaven Keebler.
Smooth Keebler elf.
He looks like Dana Carvey playing the turtle in Master of Disguise.
Oh my god, totally, bro.
If he was rotting away in a river for 10,000 years.
Yeah.
He looks like an old sea turtle.
Does, man.
Who else?
Jim
Jones sound guy, Jim Jones. Yeah, he looks like a Filipino guy in whiteface. Like you see these old pictures, he's got kind of like a The Rock type. He looks like he'd be one of my uncles who tried to teach me guitar as a kid or something.
Yeah.
Like let's move to another country together. And I'm like, okay. Drink this Kool-Aid.
Okay.
Oh, pretty cool.
He kind of looks like an Elvis impersonator.
Dude, he does.
If Elvis never did music.
If Elvis was actually Hawaiian.
Yeah.
That would be him. He's got the shades for it. And it's a look.
Yeah.
Now, that guy could get behind me because he looks kind of cool. But I'd also be like, dude, let's just be honest about your Samoan or Hawaiian or Native American heritage, whatever it is.
It's like a shitty greaser.
Oh, really? Yeah, he is like a shitty greaser. Now, that's whenever I think West Side Story, I think of The Outsiders. Completely different things, right?
Yeah, very different things.
All right, cool.
The Outsiders is...
That's a Mandela effect going on in my brain.
Yeah.
The Outsiders is it's about those child gangs.
Okay.
That's where the greasers thing comes from, right?
See, now you lost me on The Outsiders. West Side Story is basically like a love story between an Italian and I think Puerto Rican families.
This whole time I straight up thought West Side Story was about gangs.
It is. They are rival gangs. It's in New York, so it's basically it's like an Italian guy falls in love with a Puerto Rican woman, and it's like, that's not gonna fly.
A modern Romeo and Juliet.
Yeah, it's good.
Instead of it's Italian and what?
I think they're Puerto Rican. I'm gonna feel so dumb if it's not Puerto Rican, but I'm pretty sure.
So it's more like I'm trying to think of Italian names, but I can't think of any. Let's start with J. Jenna, is that an Italian name?
Jenna, I don't know if Jenna is.
I'm sorry for the mouth noises that I keep making, guys. I have a pile of. I've discovered something even worse than fun size candies, and that's miniature size candies. Mm-hmm. I mean, I've been popping these things. Look, it finally happened. I snapped. Okay, we did groceries yesterday. First time in a few weeks, and I just couldn't take it anymore. I just went ahead and bought everything I could possibly crave. I thought, what could I possibly crave 3 weeks from now? Whatever it was, I bought it.
Yeah, smart move.
I've been doing so good this whole time of being healthy. Mm-hmm. I've had my treats at night, whatever, my little self-destruct every night, but through the daytime, I've been good. Not touching the candy, not touching the sweets. And then this past trip, dude, I broke.
Let's go.
It's getting too much. I got Chinese food, the makings for Chinese food. I got
that smelled good last
Italian food, Mexican food. Mm-hmm. And what you smelled last night that was not the makings. That was just I knew I didn't want to cook last night, so I got a quick Chinese instant thing.
Was it orange chicken?
Yeah, and I have more. I have the makings for orange chicken.
Nice.
I got the Panda Express brand orange sauce.
Damn, didn't know you were a billionaire.
I got a bag. I spent a bag, dude. I got a big bag of chocolate miniatures. I got a 12-pack of Pop-Tarts. I got some chips.
Holy shit.
I got that Cinnamon Toast Crunch cereal. Just everything. What you name it. Pasta.
Wow, I feel like
pasta
we're
sauces.
at our like the coolest kid's house in middle school right now.
Yeah, I got everything,
with
dude.
that
Come
pantry.
over. I know. I've been okay about it so far because it's only been one day, but
it's been less than a day, bro. It's been less than 24 hours.
This is where it all starts, you know?
Yeah.
I've absolutely snapped. I'm a broken man. I'm a broken soul, broken spirit. I just want the COVID overlords to look down on me and answer me. Is this what you wanted?
Yeah.
You know, are you happy now? Because this is where I slide. I take my slide down through the 7 circles of hell.
You know what you need is you know how they have those like vitamin packs where it's like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Yeah.
You need to put little chocolates in there.
I do. Advent
and then
calendar.
Once it's out, advent calendar, like little vitamin container.
Yeah.
Once it's out, you got to stop on Monday. You can't drip into Tuesday.
Yeah, no.
Treat it like an overdose.
I know.
You can't do it.
That's what I try to do, but to have the fucking bag in there, dude.
You got to get the bag out of sight.
And you know what though? And it's honestly too because there's just simply not enough hours in the day for me to do all the podcast shit on top of like the music stuff. So if it's like, 2 p.m., I feel like having a little bit of lunch. I'm like, you know what though? If I just pop a couple mini Twix and like drink some water, I ain't gonna be hungry again till like 5:30.
Push through.
I'll push through. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I'll ride that sugar high.
Yeah.
But it's a vicious circle,
Yeah.
and a cycle
Vicious circle.
and a sickle.
Sickle.
Let's do a little It's Poll Time riff.
It's the poll time, baby.
It's poll time.
It's poll time.
Whose time is it?
Poll time.
Who run the world? Polls.
Polls.
That sounds like a real indoor. That sounds like a real Polish nationalist.
Oh yeah, it does.
Who run the world?
Who runs the world? Polls.
Polls.
Who runs the world? Polls.
Okay, so the first poll we have is from Eli, our boy. It's Bears versus Lions. And let me pull up the stats again. As I said, I am impressively unprepared. There's simply not enough time in the day.
I am
So we're
impressed.
gonna try to work it out. But we had 65% said bear would win in a fight, or no, not even a fight. So the question was bear versus lion, who would win? I said it was open to interpretation. Bear 65%, lion said 35%. Now that was from I think it's No Clue 86. Let me find the username exactly. You give your take on this.
Yeah, I felt pretty strongly about this. I've read a lot about bears, and at first I was imagining a black bear versus a lion, and I think if a black bear was facing a lion, it would probably lose. But if you got a grizzly facing a lion, that lion is fucked for sure. Because a black bear, if you present yourself as bigger than it, it'll run away, and so that just makes me believe that it wouldn't fight to the death. If you poke and prod at a grizzly bear, though, that thing is coming for you. Like, the only way it'll stop hitting you is if you play dead. That thing's not going to stop attacking that lion until it is dead.
Yeah, I think it's pretty clear that the bear would. No Clue 89 is the thank you No Clue 89.
Yeah.
Sorry, Eli, I just didn't want to get that wrong.
All good.
Great poll, but I like that it was open to interpretation because these are also sports teams.
Oh, okay.
The Chicago Bears and the Detroit Lions. I'm pretty sure. I'm not as
I
far
think
as
you're right.
Yeah. And so that was a thing for people to get behind as well.
It's funny because my mind did not go to sports at all, and that just shows how much I don't.
Exactly. Neither did mine till and I was like, okay, well,
that's cool.
Go Bears.
And then it's almost like
as an Illinois guy, I gotta say it.
Yeah.
Love the Bears, my boys.
The Bears,
my guys, my boys in orange and blue.
How many more comedy sketches involving who has more comedy sketches about it? Bears or Lions? Bears for
Bears,
sure.
Yeah, exactly. I think Bears would win clearly.
Definitely.
It depends because it says who would win, and it doesn't say in what. In a fight, Bears. In sports, Bears. Who would win in chess? Lions, probably.
That one's tough. Yeah,
they have a little bit more. I think Lions have a little bit. They're less hot-headed. They can kind of examine things from a distance a little more.
Yeah. Who's better at seducing?
Lions
For sure.
Absolutely.
Because bears are sleeping all the time.
Bears get some though. they got that charm.
But lions are, I mean,
yeah.
You ever seen one?
I mean, I'm kind of turned on thinking about it, dude. We do have that lion in our bathroom too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Just
true.
watching over, protector.
Yeah.
Yeah, lions have a little bit more wisdom behind their strength, where bears are a bit more Viking, kind of barbaric, you know?
Yeah.
Lions are a bit more, they've got that, you know, they've got like that African, because they like are mostly in Africa, right? All the lions?
I think for the most part, yeah, unless you count the ones that...
Yeah, so they've got that inherited like sage of the tribe, like,
yeah.
you know.
The beginnings of man.
Yeah. Exactly, the beginnings of man. Asabuena.
Bababissima.
Yeah.
Butchered it.
Butchered it. So thank you. The next poll was from Marissa Baby. Fuck. Marissa Baby 95.
Marissa Baby 95.
These numbers, you know, I don't know where they're coming from, but it's hot coffee versus cold coffee. You know. I know you have some things to say about this, huh?
I mean, I'm an iced boy all the time. And
same.
I just think if you're drinking hot coffee, you gotta like take your time with it. You might sip it on the first try and burn your mouth, and then you're just like, cool, I gotta deal with this in 12 hours. And then, you know, you can't slurp it down as fast as you want to. Yeah. Like cold coffee is kind of a choose your own adventure. You can slurp it quick, you can slurp it slow. You can just leave it off to the side, add more ice later.
Yeah.
Like it's just so customizable, you know? It's a PC.
Yeah, it's modular.
It's very modular.
The hot coffee is the Microsoft. It's very modular. Whereas the cold coffee, as you're saying, is simple. The UX is the user interface is easy to wrap your mind around.
I can add more RAM to it.
You just slide it down the gullet, one fell swoop. It's gone. It's gone. You're getting that buzz. You're getting that crisp.
Oh yeah.
You know, next thing you know, you're fucking hunched over your keyboard, fucking emailing away.
Yeah, I think it's stronger, right? It's stronger than like traditionally iced coffee.
No, we're not going to get into that because you know, as
sorry, I forgot this is very triggering for you, buddy.
You really struck a nerve.
Yeah, my bad.
We're gonna have to pause.
There is another crazy. This is probably the craziest customization that I've ever encountered.
Okay.
In Charleston, there's this place. I think it still exists, where you can buy coffee. I'm sure they do it here too, where it's iced coffee and the ice cubes are coffee. So as it's melting, it's just pouring more coffee into your iced coffee.
That's brilliant. I love that.
It's a great idea.
It's a great idea. For me, the watering down is almost part of it.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I like that. I like that aspect of it.
That's a good part.
You know, and you'll probably have like some Italian guy be like, "Hey, you're bastardizing it.
Yeah, you're ruining it." Yeah.
You know why they call it Americano?
That's exactly why they call it Americano.
Because you put the water in our beautiful bean.
You put the water in the bean. That's how we make it. Not how we.
You got to put the water in the bean.
Yeah, I'm honestly having a panic attack just thinking about drinking coffee with ice cubes that are made of coffee.
Some people said I need that caffeine as quick as I can get it. Me too, buddy.
Is that the iced?
Yeah, iced forever, crisp, refreshing, a nice buzz. Doesn't feel like a ball of sludge in my stomach. I agree with that. Gray.Gordon. Hot because once it gets cold, I can add ice, and then it's iced coffee. # double whammy from Hot Dog. That's a good take. Hot because once it gets cold, I can add ice.
So it's hot into cold.
It's hot. She's saying she gets a hot coffee. And the nature of the coffee is such that you sip it slowly. Next thing you know,
sure.
I used to have a real big problem with this actually. When I used mostly the drip coffee maker, I would either forget that I made the pot of coffee, and I would already be doing stuff, and just like it just has gone completely lukewarm by the time I want it.
Disgusting.
Or I pour the cup and then I leave the cup somewhere, and it's just, it's gone.
It's not good.
You know, so we're on that espresso machine. You got that espresso. I've realized listening back to the pods how much more I stutter than I thought. But
especially on that last one. But I can't talk because I'm just always you know.
But the espresso machine has been a real godsend.
It's so good.
I love it. And I know you guys might be listening like, oh, these guys start one podcast and all of a sudden they're Mr. Espresso. Mr. and Mr. Espresso Bean. Look, you know what else I drink? I have Aldi instant coffee.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Yeah. What was the final tally on this?
Cold coffee won 57 to 43%.
Oh wow, higher than I thought for hot coffee.
Yeah, me too. I thought cold was gonna. I used to love hot coffee. You know.
Yeah.
You get older, we find things less romantic, and we go for the cold brew because it's just fucking get in and get out.
Yeah.
You know, it's a little bit more masturbatory that way.
First, very, very much more masturbatory. The cold coffee is, it hurts my stomach less too. Hot coffee kind of hurts my stomach.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why.
Yeah, they've done studies where the more you drink coffee on a regular basis, the diuretic effects dwindle, and it just becomes like sort of a homeostasis. But as we were talking about, you do trade that aspect of it for, you know, you're going to be a little bit immune to your usual boost.
Yeah.
The euphoria you're used to, you're going to need more and more to get you to a level that you've enjoyed before. It's a gateway. Next thing you know, you're working in your mate on top of the coffee.
Oh man.
You're doing Wim Hof breathing, you're perineum sunning, you're adding all these external, when all you really need to do is just meter off your coffee.
Yeah, just take less. Well,
my thing now is that I alternate between 1 cup most days, and some days if I do a 2 cup, it's fucking over, dude. And right now I'm riding the fucking candy sugar high.
Oh yeah.
And it's going down.
Yeah, I'm like witnessing a glow about you right now. Chocolate sheen. Chocolate sheen.
Okay. Great poll, Marissa. Love that. I only posted 2 on the gram this week. Look, this is the nature of the show. Some weeks we might talk about 6 polls, 7 polls, 8 polls. Other weeks we might do 1. There might be a week coming up. I don't want to threaten you guys, but there might be one where we don't do a poll.
Really, I couldn't give 2 fucks.
I think that'll be nice though, because then people will be really excited when they come back.
Be excited when they come back, and also, you know, I started the pods. The main thing is it's got to be fun for us, the hosts. So if I get a little bit tired out on the polls, or you don't bring that fuego,
I couldn't say it, and you know
inspire something within me. It's gonna be a double. I'm doing it for everybody's good, you know.
God, you're such a good guy.
Yeah, man. If it doesn't inspire me, it's not gonna be good pod content. We're gonna waste your time.
We live to serve, you know.
Yeah, we live to serve you guys, and that's the main point. So again, if you want to donate to the cause, go ahead. It's not a cult; it's an anti-cult.
It's an anti-cult. I think also one more thing is, once you get people that just start massaging you, that's also a check mark.
Oh yeah,
if people are so into you, and then you have the gall to just be like, rub my body, like just random people. That's also a check mark.
But you know what though? If you get enough people around you, they're just gonna start asking. They're just gonna It's only a matter of time before somebody's like, "You want a massage? You want a little rub?"
Yeah.
What are you gonna say? No.
I mean, I'm always asking.
Exactly.
You know.
So imagine not having to ask anymore. That's
probably the first thing that happens. You start to slip. Your mindset starts to slip away.
Oh yeah, when people just start giving you belly rubs and shoulder rubs for free, you're like,
yeah. Because then so much just base level pain just goes away. You just have so much free time to not think about how you're kind of low level hurting.
Yeah, so true, dude. Yeah, you got to live more like me. 28 years, not one muscle has been rolled.
You're gonna lose your mind when you get a first massage after quarantine is over.
So much. What is it called? Gastric acid.
I don't know if it's gastric.
Like the buildup. It's some sort of gas buildup.
No, it's not ascorbic.
That's food related. Yeah, it's all gonna release. I'm gonna do that full body fart. That FBF is gonna be so good.
Yeah, they're used to it in those massage rooms.
Yeah, as long as I get a really nice, strong, middle-aged man, you know.
Yeah, I got a last time I got a massage, I got a the dude was like super southern, like really friendly. He had like
just sit on down here.
But like honestly, he was like, yeah, you're really tense right here. And his
you got a little
on his car, he had like a crossbow tournament sticker. Like he was like a crossbow hunter, basically.
With broken hands and a withered soul, massaging Blake and all his holes.
Oh yeah, he really treated me right, dude. It was really good. Yeah, and I would like say something, and he'd always have a really good point about it. He'd be like, make sure you drink a lot of water after this, or you're going to be real sore tomorrow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Lactic acid.
Lactic acid, that's right.
Not gastric.
Not to be confused with Lactaid.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of Lactaid, it is Mother's Day coming up. As of the release of this pod, it is this weekend. So, you guys gotta support your moms.
Make a card for them.
It's the mothership,
Mm-hmm.
Without them, we would not be. So go ahead, keep them in your thoughts. If you're not near them physically, get them something nice digitally or through snail mail.
What are you going to get your mom for Mother's Day?
I ain't getting that whole shit, dude.
Respect.
No. I don't know. I haven't planned it, but I'm a very good gift giver under pressure. I'm like an under pressure gift giver.
That's why I'm asking you on the pod. So next week you have to tell us what you got your mom.
Yeah.
For Mother's Day.
Yeah. When there's a time crunch, that's my favorite.
Yeah. There's not you've got too much. You've got 8 days right now. So
yeah.
I'm getting my mom shoes.
Really?
Yeah.
What kind of shoes?
With my brother. Athletic shoes.
Oh, that's nice.
Because she wanted. She asked for them.
What brand?
Probably like Asics.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
So we're going to go ahead and call a mom. Now, this is somebody's mom whom I haven't met, and I haven't talked to my friend, in years, over 5 years.
Oh, wow. What is the mother's name?
The mother's name is Pam.
Pam.
And I just want to ask her a couple things, have a little chit-chat.
Do I have time to pee?
Nope.
Okay.
I mean, you can go. I could just talk to her, but it'd be weird if you come in the middle.
Yeah, I'll wait.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message.
Wow. That's tragic. Well, we'll see if she calls back and we'll get that going, but let's call this guy in the meantime, see what he's got to say about some stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, what's up, dog?
Yo, man, is this at Tombwater?
This is, bro.
At Tombwater, you're on the pod, you're OTP. How you feeling?
Yeah, dude, I feel great.
That's good. Where are you at right now? What's your quarantine situation? What's your environment?
I'm out here. I'm at home in central Washington State.
Oh, yeah. Shout out.
Beautiful living room.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I'm drinking a Spindrift sparkling water.
Ooh.
And
what is that? What?
Spindrift.
Spindrift. What is that?
It's really good.
So,
damn.
It's kind of cool. It's actually an interesting thing.
Mm.
So, they pretty much do the same thing as LaCroix. But their thing is they put a little bit of fruit juice in it.
Mm.
Okay, so we're not just, it's not just water.
Right, so we're only still at 1 gram of sugar, but like, it doesn't just taste like it was next to a fruit truck.
Yeah.
Like, it tastes like something.
It was dipped in.
Yeah. It doesn't taste like the fruit truck itself. It tastes like it tastes a little bit like the fruit inside of the truck.
Yeah. A little nectar.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's a nice flavor to it and a little bit of sweetness.
So did you hear about this UFO sighting recently?
I didn't. No. Do you know where it was?
Yeah, so there was a UFO sighting. Oh, I mean, not sighting, sorry. There's videos that they confirmed from the Pentagon of this UFO, this unidentified flying object flying through the sky. And, the government went ahead and said, yeah, those are from our classified things. We're officially on record declassifying them.
Mm-hmm.
And I just wanted to get your take on, do you think aliens exist, one? And two, if they do, what do you have to say to them?
True. All right, I'm pulling up the video right now.
Oh, yeah.
Just to really see what we're looking at. Do I think aliens exist? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's like unreasonable not to consider that.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Will we ever discover them? Hard to say.
Mm.
And I feel like with like all the chances we think of like what it takes to like make life and stuff.
Yeah.
If we do find some, it's probably just a bunch of like little
critters,
microbes and stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
But so what I'd say to them is hey, but they probably wouldn't get back to me.
Right. Yeah. That's what we were talking about. Sort of, is if they're out there, they might not be intelligent. If they're as intelligent and as us, then they don't have the means to get to us. If they're more intelligent than us, they have no reason to come visit us.
Mm-hmm.
True.
Thank you and sorry.
I mean, they could. Yeah. They could say hey.
They could say hey, and that's what we're thinking these UFO sightings might be, is them like accidentally hitting the wrong coordinates or what have you, and being like, oops, slipped into Earth, some other. They probably don't even know what we are.
Because I think definitely if we were like refined enough to have like if space travel was as easy as air travel, if we had that technology, we would definitely be flying around everywhere.
Oh yeah.
And I feel like aliens would do the same thing.
Yeah. Do you believe in like the singularity? This idea that like technology is gonna advance and at such an exponential rate that, you know, all of a sudden technology will take over biology?
That's crazy to me. I just don't like see a world where we can exist without biology. I can see a world where like technology kind of like dominates like the natural side of things.
Yeah, like almost like a cyborg.
Becomes entirely electronic.
Yeah, you don't want you can't imagine really just like zipping around as data.
Yeah.
Right. But I mean, I don't think it's ever going to be like robots take over.
We're all
no, I don't think so.
We just become like Will Smith and iRobot basically. Got a little.
You know, I haven't seen that one.
Oh man, you got to see it, dude. It's good.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I know that's a classic.
If there are like robots that are smart enough, you know, again, where are they getting this motivation to harm us? Really, you know?
Right. Well, and are they motivated to harm us at all? Like this UFO. Like I'm watching the video here. It's like black and white, right?
Yeah.
He's flying over some clouds.
Yeah.
I mean, that thing really looks like just big chillin'.
Exactly. That's what we were saying. It's got some confidence, some poise that does not seem threatening. It's almost just like, here I am.
Yeah. Right. And it's not even going that fast, it doesn't look like. Looks like it's checking it out. Like it's pretty curious.
Yeah, it's hard to tell. Now, are you watching it? Are you letting it play?
Yeah.
Because like at the end, you kind of watch it do a rotation, which is very fascinating, and then almost like a swan dive.
Yeah, and then we end up looking at it over the ocean. It looks like.
Yep.
Yeah.
Interesting. And when it's going over the ocean, it does look like it's moving quick.
Yeah. The acceleration.
If you think about it, they might not have water on their planet.
Oh, you think they maybe sent a flying saucer to scoop up water in the saucer and bring it back home?
Right, just to like have a pool. Like they probably don't even need it.
Or they need like only droplets to survive.
Yeah, one saucer will feed them for 1,000 years.
Wow. Yeah.
Interesting, and maybe like they harvest from different planets, and humans haven't been around for their last gathering.
Ooh, I like that. I like that.
Wow, that's a good point. Yeah. Like, yo, they got water over there? Tight. Last we checked, it was just magma.
Yeah.
They're pretty proud of Earth right now.
Yeah, hell yeah. They're over there just fucking... I wonder if they have, podcasts over there.
Right? They probably got some crazy pods.
Yeah.
The cool thing about them is they probably would never, like... You know how they have all these aliens that are in movies where they're like, we need all the materials from Earth to like feed our needs, but like they're probably super conscious of what they actually need, and they're only going to take as much as they need, and then they're like, we'll see in 1,000 years.
Yeah,
they're not trying to be greedy with it.
What if like whole different species alien, just like it wasn't human nature at all, just completely different.
Right, exactly. You know, they might be some form of gas or some, again, on a channel that we can't perceive with our human, our gear, our built-in gear.
Who's to say that UFO didn't contain every single living being on that? Like, who's to say that UFO wasn't the planet on our planet with all the people because they're so small?
Yeah, that's a good point. Or also, you know, if if you're like,
who's to say?
It's just weird to think that, I don't know, if there are aliens, they just would not say hi. I don't think.
No,
they wouldn't say hi.
Right. Which is like kind of a bummer.
Yeah, man, we lonely.
If they were gonna be nice about it, I would love for them to say hi. Like that would be so insane.
I think.
How the heck will we communicate? Like if they can fly like across a galaxy to Earth, I feel like they're probably able to like pretty instantly recognize a language. They probably have a tool for that.
It's telepathy, man. It's got to be telepathy
in our minds.
Oh, I could see that.
Yeah.
But that, like, yeah.
Wow. Yeah, we're really opening up a can of worms we can go down here, but
sounds like its own spin-off podcast, honestly.
Yeah. We should do one of us three that's just like super just about telepathy.
Yeah, we're going to explore different galaxies.
We just do it completely in our minds.
Yes.
And we're just like saying in our minds like, yo, if you can hear this, thanks for listening.
Yeah.
Thanks for tuning in.
It's an hour of silence.
Listening to my thoughts, etc. But yeah, bro, thanks for those takes. I love that. What are you gonna do for your mom on Mother's Day?
True, yeah.
Yeah, very
Hey, bro,
cool.
I don't know. I lost you for a sec. I was just hearing white noise.
Oh god damn, this fucking static, dude. It's gonna be a thing on the pod.
Yeah.
Crazy.
What are you gonna do for your mom on Mother's Day?
You know, I've had a few different ideas.
Oh, nice.
She's pretty cool with it. So honestly, like over a gift, she just prefers like just hanging out and chilling. So
Yes.
I'll probably take her out to lunch, take her for like a bike ride or something, and maybe a hike. Just hang.
That's awesome,
Good man, dude.
I love that. I think
son.
that's what people need to be doing.
For sure.
But yeah,
Give her a little treat.
tell her I said hi also, and happy advanced Mother's Day. But thank you for being on the pod, and good to hear from you, dude.
It's my personal pleasure. Thank you guys for making the pod.
Hey,
Oh,
man.
yeah, of
Thanks
course.
for tuning in, bud.
All right, bro. Love you.
Thanks. All right, guys.
Peace.
See ya.
He doesn't love you back, by the way.
I know.
Another thing I wanted to add to that was...
Oh, I called the wrong. I called her number, not her mom's number.
Oh,
Fuck me.
that makes more sense why she didn't pick up.
16 minutes later. I hope she doesn't hate me.
She'll think it's funny. It's going to be a good starter.
Mm-hmm.
Moms love that.
Do they?
They'd love it. They love late kids. I was a late birth, you know.
That's interesting. I was somewhat early.
Your mom loves me more because I was late, but
She told me that straight to my face.
fucking knew it.
All right, let's call this mom here, Pam.
Hello, this is Pam.
Hi, Pam. This is Nilo. How are you?
Hi, Milo. Good, thanks. How are you?
Good. What are you up to? How's your quarantine going? Are you with your family?
Yeah, in fact, we're just kind of getting ready to walk out the door to go camping.
Oh, nice.
Oh.
Where at?
Yeah, Buena Vista?
Buena Vista.
Yeah, I don't know, my daughter and her boyfriend.
Oh, awesome. Oh, how many of you guys are hanging out?
Well, it's me and Mark, my husband, and then Maggie and Carlos and Ashley.
Oh, nice.
So 5 of us, maybe 6.
Oh, that's fun.
Where it comes, I don't know.
That's cool. Yeah, I wanted to give you a call because I know like Mother's Day is when we release this podcast. Mother's Day is coming around the corner.
Yeah.
And wait, have you listened to? Has Ashley shown you the pod or any clips?
She was going. No, she was going to, but then we got sidetracked and she never did. She sent me this music video instead.
Ooh, do you remember what music video it was?
Yeah, it was. No, I don't remember, but I could pull it up. It was
I wonder if
Prom Queen.
Prom
Single
Queen.
Molly Kate Kestner.
Oh, I know that one.
Molly Kate Kestner.
Okay, I'll check that out.
Her single.
We're supposed to be professional music producers here, but we don't know. We don't know about that one. So you got to send us the link.
Yeah. So what are you doing? Like, what's your plan here?
So we're recording a podcast, and I just wanted to chat about because Mother's Day is coming up, and I wanted to see what you think about Mother's Day. Do you like the holiday? How many kids do you have?
I have 2 girls.
Okay.
Yeah.
How old are they?
31 and 27.
Oh, nice. Yeah, so we're 28, and it's just fascinating because I feel like a lot of people our age for Mother's Day do a lot of like sort of social media posting, or they'll sort of talk about their moms on Facebook or Instagram, and I'm wondering like if their moms are even seeing that necessarily, and what they're doing like in real life. And then I think this year it's especially interesting because we're in quarantine. A lot of people are like not close to their moms physically. So I'm wondering if, from a mom's perspective, what would you suggest to people our age to get our moms as a gift if we can't necessarily be there with them, that they would appreciate more so than like just a post on social media?
Yeah, I mean, I don't even like the posts on social media because I feel like social media is just pretend kind of. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of weird things going on with social media.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of a private person.
Right.
So,
exactly.
I love, we made this book when the kids were little, and I love for them to write a page. They ended up writing 2 or 3 pages, but just something about the year and what happened throughout the year so I could look back and remember it. So that would be my favorite gift. Get something in the mail, actually, that, maybe start
tradition of journaling.
I like that, yeah, because
nice.
in previous years I would like, go through my phone and maybe if me and my mom went on a trip, I would like get 20 of the photos and print them out and put them in like an album and give them to her, almost like any gift that sort of you look at it and it takes you back to a certain time, memory.
Yeah, I love that. As a mom, that's my favorite thing.
Yeah.
And, if you want to Amazon me some, Pixies or, Godiva chocolate, that's always good
Some
too.
sweets, yeah. Oh, do you prefer chocolate or like sweeter candies? Like
I prefer chocolate, but it has to be good chocolate.
Oh, some Godiva, Ferrero Rocher.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
even Dove, being like the Walgreens good chocolate is
Oh
good.
yeah.
Yeah, I like the Dove where they have the messages on the inside. My mom loves those. I used to eat those, once a night. Yeah. Did you feel do you remember like from before being a mom and then after being a mom, was it sort of like, did you feel as they were growing up and they were like dependent on you? Did you feel almost like a leader of like a cult, like they were almost like your cult members where they sort of like relied on you? Or what did that feel like, I guess, from your perspective? Because it's probably pretty foreign to have these like almost alien like creatures like that looks kind of like you, but they're not exactly you.
It's the most awesome thing in the world, actually.
It just sort of takes over, huh? And you just, yeah.
It does, and it doesn't feel like, it doesn't feel like a cult or alien or anything like that. It just feels like your heart has, like, come outside your body and now is walking and talking.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah, it's hard. Yeah, that's because, from our perspective as young guys, we often think, I feel like, oh, if we have a family, it's just going to be these other people in our house, these new strangers in our house. I don't think we can really comprehend like what you're saying, the amount of love that just instantly happens.
You can't even describe it until it happens to you, because like my girls are like, oh my gosh, Mom, you do so much for us, I'm never having kids, there's too much work, like that. Or if they get in trouble, or you go through ups and downs in life, and it can be stressful, but I wouldn't trade it for the world. I mean, not for anything. I tell my girls, the joy you get from being a mom is just, you can't even describe it. It's just different.
It's like a purpose, a real purpose. And do you almost feel like,
you would die. I say most moms, I think, would die for their kids. I mean, would you personally die for somebody? No way.
Right, exactly.
I don't think so. But, I would run in front of a bus to save my kid every single time. You know what I mean? And that you can't really put into words.
Mm-hmm.
That's beautiful. And I think, in a lot of ways, it's kind of tragic too, because at least from my perspective, it seems sometimes moms, as you get older, you start to give them less and less credit for all the stuff they've done, all the things, when really they're sort of the mothership of the whole thing. They're running the operation. Like none of us would be here without moms,
Yeah. My kids, they're really good about gratitude. They really
like
tell me a lot, that they love me and how much they know how much I mean to them and how much I help them. And I don't do it for that reason, but it does make my heart feel good that they understand it and they see it.
Well, yeah, I'm sure on the other side of that, it would probably be heartbreaking for, maybe your kids not to understand.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
The amount of sacrifice that goes into it.
Right.
But yeah, that's beautiful.
I'm lucky, I guess. I mean, a lot of people are lucky, but there's a lot of people that are not lucky.
Yeah.
And their kids would walk all over them, and
Do your kids have kids? Do you have grandkids?
No, they don't have kids.
No
grandkids, but I want some really bad.
Really?
Yeah.
Sorry, I hope I didn't throw them under the bus there and start that conversation. Cool. Yeah. That'll be probably a whole new chapter where you get to be almost a mom again to your grandkids.
And then let them change their own diapers. Let them have all the. I can send them home.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's beautiful. Well, I don't want to keep you on the line too long. I know you guys got to get to Buena Vista. That's Colorado?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Man, you guys are in a good place to be nature-wise for this whole thing.
Oh, for sure. And where are you at?
We're in Nashville, Tennessee.
Oh, so
but I think we're both from Illinois.
Yeah, we are. How do you know Ashley?
So we worked at Lush together.
Oh my gosh, that was ages ago.
It was ages ago. Yeah. It was. We were selling hand creams and skin regimens. Yeah.
And so now you're just friends, or?
Yeah, we're friends on Instagram, and over social media. You know, I see what she's doing in Colorado. Seems like fun. A lot of skateboarding and nature stuff, and then she sees what I'm doing, which is a lot of like music stuff and comedy stuff. So I think there's a friendship there, internet friendship.
Yeah, that's cool. That's very cool. Mm-hmm. Well, great. Well, it was really nice talking to you.
Yeah,
I helped it somehow. I don't know.
You did. I'll be sure to send you like the edit of our call and how it comes out. I think you'll really like it before we release it, and make sure it's all good. But I just want to say thanks for getting on here. I think especially our audience is going to appreciate right before Mother's Day kind of, a mom's perspective.
Oh, cool. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
All right. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.
Yeah, you guys have a great day. Have fun camping, and happy Mother's Day in advance.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Oh, that was really nice.
Shout out Pam. That was awesome.
Nice lady. I like that using your phone as Pam.
Yeah, because I saved the other number as Pam, and it wasn't Pam.
Nice. Yeah, dude. That was great.
Great call. Thanks, Pam. Thanks, Ashley. I was thinking about it this morning because before, a couple days ago, that I wanted to get a mom on ahead of Mother's Day. A lot of people said, well, Mother's Day is next weekend. You could do it next weekend. Well, I thought it'd be nice to get it out before Mother's Day.
Yeah, I get that.
Whatever your relationship is, if your mom's around, if you can help it, if you can do it, I would say just put a little bit of extra thought, especially if you guys are quarantined separately, there probably maybe loneliness for their children or their family is a little bit amplified.
Mm-hmm.
Get something personalized. I don't know. If I was a parent, I feel like that's what I would like. Mothers are really kind of the mothership, the matriarchal mothership. We're all just like little aliens just fucking running around trying to be like, bloop, 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 look at the dope shit we're doing. And the moms are just sort of looking back like, huh, that's very cute. Very cute.
In some ways, they've created the dope shit,
Yeah, exactly.
They're an extension of that dope shit.
Yeah, exactly. Shout out to Blake's mom. Shout out to my mom. Shout out to Mother Nature.
Mambo number 5.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, shout out to the moms, man.
All the moms. Mama Ram Das.
That being said, another great fucking pod is in the books.
Yes.
This show has been super fun and super challenging, and I try to step out of our comfort zones every week and do something a little bit next level or something like that. And I'm scared for the week where I just don't have the time, where I can't squeeze it in. That is scary to me because I want to keep doing it every week. Hop on over to Patreon. There's different tiers you can join. You can do like a $3 a month tier, $5 a month tier. You do $3 a month. After the end of the year, you've given us $36. You do that for 10 years, you haven't even given us $500. Not that anybody needs the pod, but it would be just fun to keep doing. At least hit that follow button, maybe. Rate and review on iTunes. That actually does help, and the numbers keep going up for every ep. So keep doing that. All aboard.
Toot toot.
What would an alien spaceship say as they go?
How could an alien like me fall for you? They say the humans hit the planet. Are you gonna help me too? But I can see it in your eyes. It's something that you wouldn't do. Hop on, baby, you and me are gonna take a ride to the moon. I've never felt the human touch before today. I've never felt a 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 human touch before today.